Mississippi putting it down. I'm the hottest round. I told y'all, y'all can't stop me now. Listen to me now. I'm lasting 20 rounds. And if you want me, then come on get me now. Is you with me now? Then biggie bounce. I know you dig the way I switch my style. Holla, holla. Get your freak on. 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 Get your freak on.
Also, then just knowing that it's okay, we want to be the team to beat them. We know we can. We know we have an impressive record. We know we have an open goal. A Fire Ninja makes them pay and take the early 1-point lead.
Although, I guess a miscommunication, lack of communication, gamer stunned out. Someone should have told him. Citizen shot on Saluda. Saluda gets a big stop there. St. Louis Hustle back in possession, still down by 1 as we approach the half. Still over 3 minutes to go, though, in the first half. Taco sending on across. What a play to Ryan! And that's what that man does. Gets it in for the 2. The St. Louis Hustler are going to go up by 1, 14-13. There's still 3 minutes. Into the floor to Lazy Sharks zone. Good defensive boost there from Jay Walker, sending it right back through. A nice bounce there. Is that going to go in? Shut up. Are you kidding me?
Realistically, known for their passing and their defense. And there it is. Off a feed.
Into the bubble. That's looking to press that is Loveridge and Co. So they will, in fact, find that extra pass as they do.
Beautiful bounce pass. In fact, practice swag where anyone tries to bounce off of that spot at mid there and knows how touchy can be. Mad. Oh, what a setup to Tony.
Good evening, everyone! I know you couldn't hear me before. The NEPA TV. Oh? Okay. Welcome to the NEPA TV. We are back and we do have pro matches for you guys. With me in the booth, I told you before we left that we'll have a little bit of a switch up here. So with me in the booth now is Brutus and Sir Dimwee. Good evening, you guys.
Good evening, Queen.
Good evening.
NEPA fans. Super excited to be here for tonight's session.
All right, so
Yes.
we have two more pro matches for you, but before we do anything else, I'm going to remind you guys of the rules for tonight. In NEPA, we do have rolling scores. We have 4 8-minute quarters, 1 5-minute halftime, 1 timeout per team per half. There is 5 players allowed in the arena. The 5th does have to stay in the locker room or in the spawn area, so only 4 playing in the arena at one time from each team. Overtime is a golden goal rule. That means first to score wins the game. And lastly, and most importantly, we do not allow toxicity or discriminatory behavior. So be kind to one another, make some friends, and make a positive influence in the community here. But we are going to discuss the teams we have in the arena here.
The teams in the arena, indeed, and this first matchup looks like a good one. We have got the Orlando Cyclones, our Series 1 and Charity Cup champions, obviously losing a key player off of that roster there, Dimwee, taking on the New England Stack, one of our expansion teams, KFC, who came off of that Echo Club Kansas City team who met Orlando in the finals of Pro Series 1, getting selected to be a captain, now having a chance to build his own team in the New England Stack. So expansion team taking on the former champions. Should be a really, really good one.
Yeah, no, these are exceptional teams here. 1-1. The Cyclones are coming in here though this season with this roster here. Game, Captain Will, Voodoo, Rosie Hope, and Acorn. And then of course the New England Stack still hunting for that first victory. Be good. Everybody okay?
Names
We're
up
sorting
the
out. We're
screen.
sorting out some things on the graphics. You're crushing it.
Yeah,
Dimwee. You
I was
did-
gonna say we've
got
got
it.
some wrong names there on the rosters, but there we go. We're fixed now.
The New England Stack coming in 0-2, still hunting down their first victory here in the Pro Series as a team. It would be their first franchise victory. In fact, if they were able to pull this one out against the the Orlando Cyclones. However, of course, I mean, as Brutus pointed out, the Cyclones, they are the returning champions and the champions from the events, the LAN events. Not that I guess a few months ago now. Was that 3 months back in March? So I mean, this is a storied team with a long, a already notable history. Here in NEPA, and it's going to be quite the battle for the New England Stack. This roster here, KFC, Citizen, Retro, Caesar, the Showstopper, and Cats, certainly one that is capable of, really running up a score.
Definitely
Absolutely.
capable. Interesting storylines here. You're right. The New England Stack are coming in with 2 losses, not to make any excuses, but they did have to play their last match without Citizen, only dropped that one by 5 points to a very capable Montreal Freeze team. Orlando Cyclones in a bit of uncharted territory. They didn't lose their first game until late into Series 1. So here they are, week 3. They're sitting at 1-1. They're not used to being anywhere close to 500. So a little bit different kind of mentality, I would think, coming in for them, wanting to reestablish that dominance coming off of the Pro Series 1 win.
Yeah, they certainly are going to be wanting to make a statement here. So, this the New England Stack going to have to watch out. And of course, Orlando Cyclones kind of famous for. It really has been following game around, famous for that the so-called ace play. Where they come out with a stack on QB, and then that stack kind of runs a variable offense that responds to whatever the defense has chosen to do. I'm curious if they're going to continue with that, or if, as I'm pretty sure Game had said, he was kind of searching for a new challenge, and certainly developing a new strategy would be a new challenge indeed. So we do have it ready up there. So it sounds like we are going to get started here in round 1 between the Orlando Cyclones and the New England Stack as these 2 teams line up for this neutral joust. So countdown underway, and we will see who the odd man's out. I would presume Acorn. No, actually not. Who is it? Would it be Voodoo? I'm not sure who for the Cyclones. But ahead right there. Oh, opportunity quickly here from the New England Stack. They get 2 in. KFC. First touch, first possession, first goal. The Stacker on the board.
They are on the board. It only took 6 seconds to get it done. KFC finds the disc in an opportune position. Off of that joust, gets the quick goal. Now we're going to see a joust advantage for the Cyclones as they roll out. Let's see what their offense is looking like you talked about. Are they going to go with the ace or something else?
Oh, looks like a kind of a shallow relay almost, as they have the 2 players split there, and then the one just through mid, although it wasn't kind of your standard relay. That tends to be a little bit more aggressive. Interesting rollout, and it works out here as they are just a solid triangle. Actually, now they have all 4 around the bubble. They've got numbers, and Rosie Hope will get the first goal here for the Orlando Cyclones. And that is a name we all know and recognize here. Gets the first goal for her team and ties it up 1 minute in.
1 minute in, all tied up. You expected nothing else looking at these 2 rosters coming in. We finally saw them play for a little bit after that quick 6 or 7 second goal off the first one. That's the time we see a little bit of back and forth. Rosie Hope ends up on the winning end with another 2 points, getting Cyclones on the board.
With some nice disc movement here from the New England Stack as they come out in this diamond, but look at that. Shut down there. Acorn picks it off, sends it out. That's a dump it into that far side trap there. Rosie Hope does get there off of that stack, sending it into the bubble. There's players in the area, but the defense will get there first. Slap out on the bubble here to the near side wall, collected by Game. Though as Cyclones were momentarily they were clumped up, and then they spread out immediately and set up for that play there. Acorn behind the goal with the one-timer, kind of a shot he is known for, putting the Cyclones up by 2 again.
Back up by 2 in their first lead of the game after KFC hit that early one. Now it's the New England Stack who are looking to get their joust roll out and see what kind of offense they can get established, try and answer now that there's been 2 unanswered from the Orlando Cyclones.
Now send in here from the Cyclones to get the turnover here. Game bringing it in. He will not miss, and Game will get their 3rd in a row. As it was KFC open up scoring in the game, but then the Cyclones have come back here and answered very strong. As whatever strategy they're running right now, it appears the New England Stack are having some trouble contending with that strategy. As once again here with this joust advantage, Retro, as they set up. This is basically they're running a standard split that's setting up in a relay. So it's almost an optional relay, like a what do they call it in football? I can't remember. Play action. As KFC, brings it in, sends it across. Look at that movement, but what the stop? Who was that? Game, of course. That is phenomenal defense. Game taking on 2 offensive attackers and is able to get that disruption. Almost, they will get the turnover. Captain will get to there, scoops it around. Rosie up with a boost in, has an opportunity though. The defense has returned. She will lose that one on the far side, but does get it back, slaps it back for a reset to the back line. As moving in here is Game with Captain Will moving into the bubble. Look at this, all 3 in the bubble. They're pressing so hard. How aggressive the Cyclones offense is, and here comes Game. He will bring it in himself, dings it on the way in. Rosie up the Game to the goal, and they have a 6-point lead.
6-point lead in game with a couple in a row, starting to establish himself. That is not what the Stack want to see. The rollouts continue to just be clunky. They got it down to the orange bubble, but they couldn't complete that last pass, ends up in a turnover, and then they can't get it done on the defensive side. They've really got to figure out how to smooth out this offensive rollout.
Ooh, what a move there. Caesar getting away from that Stack, sends this one in. He has this that Citizen opportunity, capitalizes on it. They finally find their second goal on the board here, cutting that Cyclones lead in half. They have 4 with 4 minutes to go in the first.
Yeah, great to see Citizen making the presence felt, but really like what we saw in the far side tunnel there. Caesar able to get that one just cleared into the bubble. Don't let that Cyclones defense a chance to really defend you in the midfield because they've been so successful with that. I like moving it forward quickly to try and negate that a little bit. It's a good strategy.
And now kind of a defensive rollout from the Cyclones. They have 2 play nearby each other, and then 1 at mid and 1 through. That's a very unique rollout, in fact. Somebody write that one up. And study it, because that was interesting. Game on the far side from Captain Will, sends it behind the goal there to Rosie Hope. Brings it in as the goalie gets subbed out by Acorn. That is a 4-man play. Well, a 4-person play. And they go up by 6.
Up by 6 and just executed flawlessly coming off of the joust advantage. You're right. They got all the players involved. The passes were on point. Super crisp their game, ultimately finding Rosie in position for another 2 points. They're now up 10-4 with 3 minutes to play in the first.
Now, again, this kind of a split to a relay here from the the New England Stack, and that the 2-2 coming out from Orlando Cyclones are running the double stacks on defense. Works out again. They get another turnover. Rosie Hope from game will get another goal as they take an 8-point lead. Still over 3 minutes to go in this first round. The Orlando Cyclones are looking really strong.
They're looking really strong, and the way they're doing it's so impressive. They're up by 8 without a single 3-pointer, so they're getting it done by passing and finding people in the bubble in position to take a high percentage shot, and they're capitalizing on almost every one. I can't think of a missed shot yet out of the Cyclones, so they're taking high percentage shots, and it's paying off on the scoreboard.
And ultimately, the breakdown here is another turnover. Rosie Hope gets another goal. She's got 3 in a row. So game had 2 in a row. Rosie now with 3 in a row. In fact, she has 4 in the game so far, 8 points. It's interesting. So the Orlando Cyclones continue to run the 2-2 that is working against the New England Stacks split to relay, and the New England Stack continues to run that split to relay. And again, the same rollout here. Again, we'll see if they get another turnover. Sends it across far side. They just dumped that one in. Actually, they were looking for Citizen. A Citizen has to play a 1v3 because those stats are just too dominant. Error there. There's a good recovery, though. Game gets picked off by that Stack and sends it out as they are looking for another goal here. Long shot game. Off the post to the far side. Acorn with recovery, sending it up here. Captain Will brings it in. Will hit the 2 himself. As that is Captain Will's first goal of the game here, despite his team going up 16-4. And to get this New England Stack, they have to roll. They need another play here. They can't keep running the same play, Brutus.
I could not agree more, and unfortunately this is a carryover from the previous match as well, where the joust is just kind of clunky and it doesn't roll out smoothly. It allows a midfield defense to be effective and create turnovers. Really the only offense we've seen out of the Stack so far is that kind of dump pass down to Citizen and just hope that he can make something happen off of the floor. It's just not nearly the same high percentage shot that we've seen out of the Orlando Cyclones consistently. With that, Citizen does get another 2 points inside the bubble there. But again, that precision passing the Cyclones are doing right now, operating at such a high level on the offensive end. 16 points off of 8 shots. Everything's a 2-pointer. Everything is super high percentage. 1v1 against the goalie at best, against an open goal at worst. So they're playing at a high level, and you're right, the Stack have to find an answer.
At that high level, I mean, it's a matter of strategy. The Cyclone strategy is winning out here. I mean, you saw that last goal from the New England Stack. You might think, well, that means it's not just a strategy. Well, no, it is. A cloud shot here. Is that going to go in off the backboard? Almost. KFC gets a last second save there, but it's a matter of the New England Stack are basically trying to depend on their ability to fight 1v1, which they are. A team of players. The Caesar gets another one here. They are a team of players that can play in that capacity. But the problem is they end up, because they're playing against a double stack of defense, they're not getting 1v1s. They're getting 2v1s every single time. Because of that, they're losing out on most of them, except one time they get a little bit of lucky. 2 times they get a little lucky, get some points on the board, cut the lead in half. But we'll go to a quick intermission, talk about it more on the other side. See you in just a moment.
Tired of the side effect of side-by-side hair? Not when you have a Kawasaki. Your love of your Kawasaki Teryx 1000 will save you from side-by-side hair. Enjoy your Kawasaki on all types of terrain and magically eliminate the chance of messy, unwanted side-by-side hair. Go green this summer with Kawasaki. Get your favorite Kawasaki motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides today at AAA Pro Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois.
Yeah! Side-by-side hair, just don't care.
We are back, and we told you it was going to be real quick, but we want to let you guys know, for those of you guys who are looking to claim this week's POAP, head on over to www.nepavrpro.com/NFT to fill out the POAP claim form. In order to complete the claim form, you will need the secret password, which is Dallas Knights this week. The deadline to submit your claim form is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard on Sunday, June 26th. So head on over, maybe after the matches though, because this one's exciting and you don't want to miss it, and fill out your claim form.
So we're getting back here in the second round, 16-8 in favor of the Orlando Cyclones. Ultimately, Brutus, I could be wrong. I mean, the New England Stack might be able to rely on that play and rely on their ability to fight as individuals. But again, that does not work out. Caesar holds on for a little bit too long. Maybe a miscommunication. There's Roziev's going to set this one up into the bubble. Captain Will is ultimately coming away with it. Acorn had it. Captain Will across here. Game looking to bring it in. That defense attacks. He gets, nice stop there, Citizen. As he will get this one cleared out to that near side tube, all the way down into the orange zone. It will be a stack race for it. Ultimately getting there first is Game on the far side, though he loses it, stunned out. See, there's that 1v1 that we're talking about, though. Acorn, good stop there at the goal, sends that one out of the bubble, and a slap there, but let's see, a bit of a tussle for it. It's a nice reset. Retro able to handle that one on the back line, sending it right back in. We're still scoreless, almost a minute off the clock here in the second quarter. Game looking to pick this one up, does, and Caesar right nearby. We'll get this one sent out. That's a shot that may or may not have been on its way in, but KFC gets it off of that stack. 1 minute now off of the clock. Caesar sends this one up into the hands of Retro. Retro, long send-in, was looking to get that one to Citizen. Led Citizen a little bit too far, though. Captain Will gets it picked off instead for the Cyclones, turning it right back around. Rosie up there on the far side with that stack. Game. Stacked up with Game. As a nice blue stack there to recover at mid, and we're kind of just in a bit of a jostling for possession and control right now, as both teams are not getting too many clean passes in a row here. See another one there, a send up, goes in the hands of Acorn for the Cyclones, reset there, and they get that one cleared out to the far side. Will be another dump and race here for it, though the Cyclones are going to get their first. Captain Will, long shot, will get it in for the 3. That's their first goal of the second quarter. Minute and a half in, they're up by 11.
Yeah, you bring up a really interesting point about strategy. I thought when the Stack were first down by 10 points, it might be a good time for a timeout. They just really needed to kind of clean things up. They did find a little bit of success there at the end of the first quarter, getting a couple of I hate to call them lucky goals, but they're just kind of dumping it into the bubble and hoping that a single person can get to it and then beat a goalie. I just don't think it's a high percentage enough offense to generate points that you can really count on it. So I would like to see them kind of mix things up here. They just continue to lose the midfield battle, and it's given the Cyclones advantages like we see here, which they play a 2v2 inside the bubble. Game and Rosie Hope aren't going to miss those. There's another 2 points as they stretch this lead out to 13.
Yeah, this is the Cyclones continue to win the battle of strategy, because that's what this comes down to. I mean, you look at this roster here: Caesar, Citizen, KFC, Retro. This is an exceptionally talented roster. With the appropriate strategy, they absolutely could take on the Cyclones head to head. But again, they continue to rely on that single play. The Cyclones have it red. You saw right there, the Cyclones knew where that disc was going. It is a matter of luck that 4 Cyclone players were not able to get the disc away from 1 Stack player. That's not going to happen every time. In fact, the majority of the time, the Cyclones will come away with that disc in the 4v1 situation. As now Citizen stunned out here by Rosie up as Captain Will nearby. They're going to come in against the goalie. Oh, Caesar gets a hand on it, but it's not enough. And the Cyclones will go up by 15.
Up by 15, yeah. Caesar gets a mid on that one. Just wasn't quite enough. They had a 3v1, so you knew it wasn't going to hold up. But good effort there by Caesar to try and keep that one out of the goal. They're now down by 15. Really interested to see if the New England Stack take advantage of a timeout here. I think they've got to try something different at this point, didn't we?
And they actually do. They send, it's a little bit different. It's more of an explicit relay. They sent someone through mid. Unfortunately, did not work out there again. The red right at mid. My suggestion to this team would be to a double ding there from Game as he sends that one in. Would be to try a defensive setup. You've got to take on those stacks. You know what I mean? You have to fight them. You can't let them continue to dominate you in 2v1, 4v1 situations. You have to be able to contend with them. And the way to do that, in my opinion, is to set up in a defensive formation. That is to come out and kind of pass in your own zone. There's another turnover here. 4 minutes to go in the half. Retro turning it around, sending it all the way down. Is that going to be on? Not quite. A little bit wide. Captain Will scoops it out of the bubble, sending it across where will be collected by teammate Rosie. Captain Will Rosie up. A chain up. Here's Rosie. We'll get it cleared out. Game has a little boost of his own. Rosie sends that one in. Ooh, just off the mark. Captain Will gets her stunned out. Loses control of the disc. Will be turned around again. Citizen this time. Trying to get it cleared out. Instead, Acorn with the pickup, sending it up. Game there has Captain Will on the cross. So looking at a 1v3, we'll take it 1v3, and we'll get a 2, and goes up by, what's math? I don't even, what's that, 17?
Let's go with 17, yeah, you nailed it, 17, yeah, that's where we're at, but we see Game scoring another one, so again, they continue to spread the wealth. They've got multiple scores on the board, which is exactly what you want to see, just too much going in the Cyclones' favor here. Still 3 minutes to play. Now it's not, can I come back, in this first half, but just can I find something that works? If you're the stack, you just want to find something that works, particularly on your Joust Advantage rollouts. Can I get something repeatable to bring into the second half strategy-wise, as we see one ding off the goal there, but quickly reversed back down into the New England stack side.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That open goal opportunity missed there. That is indicative of a mental game breaking down. You've got to watch out for that because it's still possible. Though, nice ender there from Citizen, moving it in. Goes beyond the goal to KFC. We'll get it in. Acorn gets a hand on it, but it happens on one side, can happen on the other. And they are going to bring it back within 15, which is attainable. 15 points is 5 threes. That is a lot. When you've got over 18 minutes remaining in this game, that is possible.
Absolutely possible. And again, they set up the offense there. They got themselves into a 2v2, got a couple of passes strung together, and went with a little bit higher percentage shot. I think that's the kind of offense they want to continue to roll with.
Now, New England Stack coming out with a 1-2-1, and that will leave them a little bit vulnerable, though they do get the turnover. There's a fortunate recovery on their side, although Captain will get it back here as, again, maybe a numbers opportunity. No, they'll move this one up. Acorn on the far side, sending it back near side. Unfortunately, nobody was ready to receive that one. And Acorn will just hit right back. That was a very fortunate bounce off the popcorn block in the on the trap there, but then that one will turn over. Ultimately, Retro with it here for the New England Stack. Minute 45 on the clock. Will look for that clear. Doesn't quite get it out. As a Caesar there at mid sends it up. That's an ugly bounce. So what a collection though. KFC. This is an opportunity. They've got numbers. They've got points, and they're back within 13.
Back within 13, but now they've scored a couple in short succession. Again, they're finding a little bit of momentum. They're finding that bit of confidence. If they can eat into this lead just a little bit more, take that into halftime and kind of regroup. Again, with the format of the scoring, 8-minute quarters with a rolling score, still plenty of time. They've just got to find something that works and then stick to it.
And right there, that's that ace play. They've rolled out with it a couple times in this game, but they haven't been relying on it like the Cyclones did with the Pro Series 1. Although they will get this turnover, they will get the turnover back rather, as it was in the hands of New England Stack. Then up here, Rosie up, look at it, juke her way in. Captain Will, right place, right time. That is why positioning is important. And high game IQ. There you go. 15-point lead once again to the Cyclones.
15 points, still 40 points left. Again, one more Joust advantage here. New England Stack looking for that play that they can build off of, find something that works. Turnover unfortunate there. Rosie Hope in the right place at the right time in front of the goal, gets another 2 points. Still not an insurmountable lead, just looking for something to build off of if you're the Stack.
And again, you see that turnover there, though I didn't quite catch the rollout this time. I apologize out of the Stack. I should have been watching for it. It's easier to send this one out. A long shot that was on its way, possibly. If the, of course, if the Geo was, Acorn with just a clean steal there. As he did, we'll send this one out through the near side tube into the hands of Caesar, though, right back, and then right back in the hands of Will and Caesar sending it up, and that'll end the round. That'll end the half. 27-12, of course, Juice for knows that is the hardest lead to defend an Echo Arena, of course. As we'll go to a long intermission, we'll be back in just a few moments. We'll see you on the other side.
Hit me. Hit me. Hit me some new. can't stop me now. Listen to me now. I'm lasting 20 rounds. And if you want me, then come on get me now. Is you with me now? The biggie bounce. I know you dig the way I switch my style. Holla, holla. Get your freak on. 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 Get your freak on.
We are back, and this halftime report is brought to you by Big St. Charles Motorsports. We want to let you know that all season long, NEPA will be issuing POAPs to anyone who shows up to live broadcasts and fills out the claim form with the secret password. The form can be found at www.nepavrpro.com/NFT. Each week, we'll be highlighting a different franchise as the POAP logo, so you can show up to each week and collect all 16 teams. The more you collect, the more potential rewards that you can unlock. The deadline to submit your claim form is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard on Sunday, June 26th, and this week's secret password is Dallas Knights. And with that being said, we are back into Game Talk, Dimwee and Brutus.
We are back, and we are seeing a great match so far. The Orlando Cyclones kind of hitting on all cylinders, Dimwee. They have got the stacks rolling. Rosie Hope game being super, super effective, but getting everybody involved. Captain Will sitting there with 7 points. You see fairly even distribution among the stuns. When I see the effectiveness of their stacks, what jumps out to me here on the stat sheet, maybe not enough stunning by the stack, not doing enough to disrupt what is working so well for the Orlando Cyclones. What are you seeing here, Dimwee?
I promise I will answer your question here in a moment, but Brutus, I need to ask, where are POAPs from?
This feels like a joke.
Roam. Rome.
Yeah, Rome. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm sure Chad is cracking up. I'm sure
it is
Chad
hilarious,
is
and we all know it.
Mind right now.
See, Brutus has decided he's not going to laugh at any of my jokes anymore, and I don't know why. Sorry. Anyways, it's New England Stack have got to make some adjustments, and I will give them credit. They did start making adjustments. I wonder if T-Lud was like, you guys got to start making adjustments. You know, I would hope so. Because, they did. They needed to start making some adjustments. They got some points on the board, but they absolutely cannot. So here's the thing. This is a team that in certain situations could absolutely just rely on their skill. They could just do what they want and rely on their skill, and they'd score a whole bunch of points and very possibly win a game. They cannot do that against a mind-like game. It's like doing it against leverage. You can't. You have to play strategy. And it's going to force the New England Stack roster to start considering that strategy, which will ultimately improve their game, and they'll become a better team as a result of it. And hopefully by the end of the season, you'll see them starting to deploy some genuine strategy, seeing some Yomi game possibly. Shout out to 3 Minute Meta.
Yeah, and let's not forget, this team is a brand new team. This is, of the expansion teams, you've got 5 brand new players who have never played together before. So they're still young. You're right. It's still early in the season. They've definitely got the talent. Queen, you saw some things with the stacks here that maybe they can make some adjustments strategy-wise to maybe overcome some of that lack of experience as a team. What did you see?
Yeah, their clear and boost method is just not working for them, and they either have to opt to stun the stack or pass the disc up the arena because they're not maintaining possession or capitalizing on the moments that they force turnovers. So definitely either take the stacks out or stop clear and boost, because Cyclones are known for their stacks, and move the disc up the arena with bypassing.
And we will get started back here in the second half, third quarter underway. Cyclones with possession. Game stops. Caesar shuts him down in a 1v1. And again, just to point out, that is that 1v1 potential that this team does have. You see Citizen over on the far side juking around those defenders or those attacking players. Ultimately, it does turn over their game. Does get that one picked off. Was able to read that pass long before it got sent. There was and again, that's Game's ability to read a strategic situation. He saw the most likely scenario there was a pass up to that player. He got in that lane, turns it around, and look at that. They get some points. 17-point lead, 29-12.
And once again, a New England stack offense can't get out of that midfield arena. They end up having a turnover. Great read by Game. Agree with everything that you're saying, but we've seen the Cyclones do that consistently throughout the match. The stack have to find something that gets them consistently through the midfield and puts them in a scoring position if they're going to eat into the 17-point lead.
And we do get another turnover here. Also got to shout out Rosie Hope. 10 points in the game. First player with double digits. Captain Will set up Acorn. Acorn's shot there. Retro stops that one, sends it out of the bubble. And it's nice to see as Rosie up a week ago. I didn't say her name a whole lot in their last game, and I was concerned. Is this something we're going to see more of? No, absolutely not. You see her absolutely popping off in this game. You love to see it as Game turns that one around. Up here, Captain Will on the near side, sending it up in the hands of Acorn, trying to get an Acorn, not able to get it played though. Actually does get there. Now up to Game. Game looking at a 1v3. Actually gets a 1v1 because nobody else is in that lane but the goalie. Although Rosie will get this one recovered. Captain Will sends that one in, hits it for the 2, and they are now up by 19 points. They are running away.
Yeah, not the start to the second half that the stack needed. Great stop there and goal, but just not enough. They couldn't recover, and a couple of quick passes around the bubble sets Rosie up for another score there, 19 points. This is digging further into the hole rather than continuing the momentum they had at the end of the first half for the stack. They've got to find something. You can only do the same thing so many times without looking insane. You know what I mean, Dimway?
Agreed. And again, they run this basically the split to a relay. Although that time they stopped. It was like a stutter split. They stopped. Everybody stopped at mid, and then that center player, that 17 Citizen, waited and then moved up into the relay position because they instead of running a fast relay, they kind of slowed it down. Look at that. It works out a little bit. Citizen gets that one in for it too. So it's still only their first goal here of this half. It took them almost 2 minutes, but they are almost cutting that lead in half once again.
And they tried something different, and it worked. They kept their spacing. They strung together 3 or 4 passes and spread out the Cyclones a little bit and came in for that high percentage shot. I really like that. Let's see if they continue to stick with it. There's still plenty of time left with 13 minutes left to play.
That was a dangerous pass there. The Citizen was not able to get a hand on it. Game there contested by KFC and Caesar there. Acorn cross pass looking for Captain Will. Does not connect on it, though. Rosie up now on the far side. Trap stunned out by that stack. Not able to get there. Game with a good slap, though. We'll get this one up. Captain Will behind the goal. Actually, across. Acorn hits a cut. And they're back up by 19.
Yeah, just like that, 24 seconds later, the Cyclones again find a way to answer. It's just rolling for them right now. Trading goals is not going to work for the stack here. They've got to find some consistent offense. We saw them kind of slow things down, keep their spacing to find success. I think that's a strategy they can stick with still with 12 minutes to play. But not when you muff from the quarterback position. To Game, who able to put that in 4 seconds, stretches the lead even further. Not what the stack wanted to see there.
And that will put the Cyclones up by 22 with still 12 minutes left in this game. 4 minutes left in this in this quarter. As once again, Joust advantage. And they're still running that split. The split to a relay. They're playing this really aggressive split offense that is not working out for them. I thought we were going to see some adjustments from them. We saw some late in the first half. And it's just unfortunate we're not seeing them here again. I will mention that when you're talking about Game, it is something that we obviously we've mentioned in the past. The Game is one of the best players in the league. But when you talk about that, it can be missed that he's not just, and Game gets one in there on KFC. KFC got a hand on it. The Game still gets it in. It's not just that he's the best player in the game, which of course he is. He's also one of the best minds in the game. He has a mind for the strategy where you're not just playing 1v1s with them, you're playing chess with all your players all the time. You have to engage every single person in your plan, or else you're not going to get by his offense or defense, or the one that he's aiding and coordinating, because he's too good at it. And there's a handful of players who are like that. Only a handful. Game is one of them. And when you play against his team, you have to play like that. You cannot play a lazy game. You have to play strategically. And this one is, kind of, I'm going a little hard here, not to say that the New England Stacks are being lazy. They're not. They're not being lazy at all. They're playing exceptionally hard. And respect to this team, because they basically kind of came in thinking maybe they could rely on their ability, which usually they can. And it's not working out here, as they are now finding themselves down 26 points.
Yeah, you can rely on that ability when you're equally matched strategically. I feel like from the onset, they've just been behind in the chess match against what Game and the Cyclones have brought to the table. And then there's been a failure to make adjustments to what they've seen. Just too many turnovers in the midfield, as we see yet another one here for another three-pointer, setting up Captain Will there. Just too many midfield turnovers, and then not having a defense postured to be able to deal with that turnover, leading to quick goals for the Cyclones. They've now stretched this lead all the way to 29.
I guess that's another fair criticism is, if you are going to run an offense that, is going to get beat like this, and you're going to continue to run that offense, although here they go with just an explicit relay. Fair enough, it works out a little bit. They get some positioning here, though that defense is already back. That's how fast they can answer. And that reset is off the mark down to the far side. Retro almost getting there. Not quite. Game had it. Lost it. Retro does come away with it. Pass across, though, off the mark. That one almost clears itself out. Game does get there. He's going to send this one up. Is it going to be on? A little bit to the side, and Captain will get there to bring it in. Put his team up by 31 points as we look to close out the third. Still over 9 minutes left.
And still 1 minute left to go here in the third quarter. Now down by over 30 points, sitting at 31-point deficit. KFC captaining the Stack team. Again, you're looking to build something. You're looking to find those positives to build off of. Let's see if they can get something going. When they slowed things down and were a little bit deliberate with their pacing, that worked. Here, they reverse course. Actually, 2 quick passes to set up Citizen there for the 17-meter three-pointer. Nice goal there again. That's that positive you're looking to capture to build off of.
So they kind of lean further into this relay offense and are now just going for quick passes instead of trying to slow it up and maybe get around anything. I don't know it works out 2 in a row, but again, this is a game of odds, which means statistically, no matter what you're doing, chances are, if it's competent at all, at some point it's going to get you points. But that's not the question. The question isn't, is this going to get us points at some point? The question is, how many points? How many points over how much time is really the important answer as you look at that the scoreboard here as we go into this third and final overtime of this game. 45-17. That is a substantial lead. I'm not even going to do the math right now. 28.
I got you. 28.
But we will take one more break. We'll be back in just a moment. See you on the other side.
Tired of the side effect of side-by-side hair? Not when you have a Kawasaki. Your love of your Kawasaki Teryx 1000 will save you from side-by-side hair. Enjoy your Kawasaki on all types of terrain and magically eliminate the chance of messy, unwanted side-by-side hair. Go green this summer with Kawasaki. Get your favorite Kawasaki motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides today at AAA Pro Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois.
Yeah! Side-by-side hair, just don't care.
Good evening. We are back, and we want to let you know that NEPA is going Web3 and will be issuing NFTs as a way to reward the community. Anyone who claims one of these NFTs will be eligible for future raffles and giveaways that we will be conducting throughout the year. They're free to claim, and all you have to do is fill out a claim form that can be found at www.nepavrpro.com/NFT. We have some fun stuff planned and prizes to give away, so you don't want to miss out. Go fill out those forms. But we are jumping right back into the game here, so Dimwee, Brutus, over to you guys.
Yeah, we are back here. Fourth quarter, 45-17, 28-point lead to the New York Cyclones. Cyclones looking to extend their record 2-1. New England Stack hoping to go 1-2. They're looking to go 0-3 if they cannot pick up the scoring pace, and it would have to be a substantial scoring pace to come back here. I mean, if it's just 3 as this game, I'll send this one in. Oh, relay there. Redirect, excuse me. Captain Will sends that one in, but 28 points is what, a minimum of 10 goals. Excuse me. Yes, a minimum of 10 goals. You'd have to score more than 1 goal a minute while preventing the Cyclones from scoring any to get that comeback. As Captain Will with possession on the far side, 30 seconds off of the clock. Resets to Rosie up as the Cyclones maybe looking to run some clock here. Aren't getting too aggressive with this attack right now. In fact, still not. Earlier on we saw them. When they were on these attacks. As I cannot get my mini map. There it is. When they were on these attacks, you saw them compress around the bubble very, very quickly. Not the case right now. You see, they're still very spread out despite how long they've had possession here. As Game starts walking his way up and gets the first points of the round. 1 minute in.
1 minute in, 57 seconds on that goal. It is a goal for the Cyclones. The score is a problem, but also the clock is a problem. Can't afford to have goals take that long if the Stack are going to continue to try and crawl back into this thing. Again, they've done a couple of new things here at the end of the third quarter. I think they're going to look to replicate that and try and build off the little bit of success that they found. But just like that, Caesar gets stunned out at the ceiling. Game able to pick that one up for a nice 3-pointer. Takes them up 50-17.
A nice 3-pointer and a rare 3-pointer in this game, as it were. As we've seen mostly 3s coming from the Cyclones, or mostly 2s, excuse me, coming from the Cyclones in this game.
Yeah, when they built this lead, they did it off of the backbone of a strong bubble offense, stringing together crisp passes and putting people in position for really high percentage 2-point shots. Now that the Stack are taking a little bit more risk on defense, as they should, I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of 3-pointers go in for the Cyclones as they see empty nets. That time, just a great individual effort by Game to steal that from Caesar and sinks it for the easy one.
And that is that's a really important point to remember is that the high percentage shots, the high percentage opportunities that they seek out, that they get with those cross passes and the bubble attacks. A long shot there from Citizen. We'll bring his team back within 30. Beautiful heave there, 25 meters out. But yeah, it's those high percentage opportunities. You have to be considerate of where, if you look at a heat map, and basically if you go to the Ignite website, you can find a heat map. If you look at a heat map of where shots are taken, you can see where most shots are taken, and there's a reason most shots are taken from those areas, because they have the highest percentage chance of going in. And when you're playing at this level, you have to be conscious of those statistics, because again, I will reiterate again, as Captain Will gets a free 1v1 here. Shot goes off the post. Again, this is a game. It's a game of chance, or not a game of chance, but it's a game of averages. It doesn't. Something might get you a goal now and again. It's not a matter of whether or not it can get you a goal. It's a matter of how often it can get you that goal.
That's right. Playing the odds, putting them in your favor, and having a wow. And there we see again, long shot. It looked like by Game, a little bit wide, but they've got somebody in position to take advantage of the two. Again, the way they set up the strategy for their offense was to bring 3-4 players to the bubble, but keep their spacing. Look for one more pass to find somebody with a low angle, high percentage shot, 1v1 against the goalie. And in particular, early in that first quarter, Rosie and Game were able to capitalize on that and built a lead that they just never came back down from.
They have not. And 32 points up, 4 minutes to go here. We're in the latter 8th of this game. It's sending there off of the shield. We'll be loose there for a little bit too long. KFC ultimately does get there. And as looking over the stats, Game with 16 points, Captain Will 16 points. They're just racking up some stats here. It's every single player on the Cyclones has been exceptionally active in this game. They all have multiple points, multiple assists, multiple saves. It shows. I mean, it shows when your team can operate this even keeled and everybody contributes everywhere when they need to. This is what it looks like.
Yeah, they are absolutely hitting on all cylinders, and it's easy to sit here and to critique the Stack, but again, they're a young team. This is only their third match, and they're going up against the previous series champions. So nothing to be embarrassed about here for the New England Stack, and I don't want our, hey, you need to make adjustments, you need to make changes to take away from the fact that the Cyclones are just killing it right now. I mean, they are hitting on all cylinders and just doing about anything that they want to right now. So absolutely hats off to the Cyclones, really playing a nice match here.
Yeah, I will admit there was a lot of focus put on the lack of adjustments by the New England Stack, but at the same time, you have to acknowledge that the Cyclones came in and this was earned. This was an earned victory. This wasn't given to them. They did fight for it, and they did work for it, and they did earn it. And that it came down to that the strategy. The strategy is what worked for them. They continued to deploy that strategy, make the adjustments as they needed to, which ultimately didn't need to be many. Maybe the road was a little, less capital that went in, but still just, an earned victory here from the Cyclones. As they, again, I will point out that this roster on the Stack, it doesn't surprise me that they run with this strategy because of how talented they genuinely are. I'm not surprised at all that they continue to run kind of the same play, because in a lot of situations, it will work for you.
Yeah, and they're going to take this experience and they are going to learn from it. On the other side, we talked about the Cyclones coming into this 1-1. They lost their second match of the season. How are they going to react to that? Well, it seems like they absorbed that loss just fine and learned from it, because they're putting up 60 points here, which is approaching the series high for the season, which I think currently sits at 64. So they just showed up ready to play with a strategy that would work against the strategy that the Stack were going to put up against them. Really didn't need to make many adjustments because what they had worked, and they didn't see anything out of the Stack that forced them to change it. We've seen a change in the scoring, but that's really only because of the aggressiveness of the Stack defense. Has left a couple of three-pointers open. His game sinks a contested three there. Very nice shot, even with a goalie in there. But taking advantage of the space, using those crisp passes to get people in high-percentage shots, just is paid off continuously. Every quarter has looked like the last. The Cyclones have been so consistently strong all night long.
They absolutely have been, and now hunting down that the series. The series high at 63 points, only 1 point away. The long heave there, that one will go in from KFC. 19 meters out, 18 meters a second, puts the team up to 26 points. So time left, there will be 28 seconds, I do believe, on the clock, right about 29, give or take. And we'll watch to see if the Cyclones will get that final goal to put them up into that record position for the season. As a possession here, ace play, they roll out with the Game, sending them out. They're going to chain after it. Game and Rosio. Game walking this one in. Rosie behind. Game will set in for the three on the goal. Goodness gracious. And that will put them 2 points ahead from that record. And that will be the final goal of the game. It will be the Orlando Cyclones over the New England Stack. 66-26. Apologies. A 40-point victory. Substantial here from the Cyclones.
Two new teams named New something. Who did that? That's just evil.
Wow. So this is what a victory here. And you know what? So you know how Brutus, you talk about the Dimwee, what did you call it? The Dimwee scale?
Yep, it's the Dimwee scale.
Dimwee scale. And
some players are just ineligible for awards, and it's unfortunate, but that's how we do it here.
And Game is kind of like the pinnacle of like a pinnacle example of that. But I'm going to be quite honest with you, and not just looking at the stats, because he did run up some nice numbers there. But this game was won off of his strategy. You know it. I mean, I have no doubt about it. I know he was field general the moment they stepped out there. He's the team basically player coach. It was his. I'm confident. It was. I'm not saying nobody has input, but it is going to be the game strategy, and it is. I guarantee you that strategy. It is that strategy that won the game for them. And on top of that, he had a ridiculous performance. Also fed Rosie early on. Rosie had a phenomenal first half there in points. Still, did a lot of work in the midfield for the rest of the game. But I'm gonna have to give Game the MVP. Although Captain Will, honorable mention here with his 21 points. But Game just absolutely. Not only did he do exceptionally well in the game, but it would have also been his strategic decisions that brought his team ultimately to the victory here.
Well, I think you're right, and I like the consistency. You see the stats showing up for Game. It's steals, it's saves, it's all over the place. But it's Queen's first night hosting, And I've been put on the spot enough times to break a tie vote as the host. So I'm going to go with Captain Will, popping off with 21 points, but also leading the team in stuns. And when we saw the type of offense the Stack were trying to run early, where they were just trying to dump the ball into the bubble and then get a stack down there, somebody had to break those stacks up, or that might have worked. And I'm seeing in the stat line there that Captain Will was getting that done. So I'm going to nominate Captain Will using the Dimwee scale, which Dimwee did not use tonight. I'm going to use the Dimwee scale on game and give this to Captain Will, who I thought played a phenomenal game and is surely deserving. And our first-time host, always outstanding play-by-play and analyst, Queen, I'm putting you on the spot to make the call.
So I have a question, though, because I don't know what the Dimwee scale is. So what's the Dimwee scale?
So there are a handful of players, of which Game is clearly a member, where so much is expected of them that if Game just plays Game's game, you see what I did there? That's not good enough. Game has to excel above Game's natural level. If you're one of that handful of players who reach onto that scale, you can't just be the best player in the game. You've got to be the best version of yourself in the game. That's the Dimwee scale.
Totally understand that. With that being said, I'm actually going to side with Dimwee here. Understanding the scale and still go with Game, just because with a player like Game, and kind of like Dimwee was saying, Game's got, you saw him relentlessly do it. He's got the skill to drive goal 1-on-2, 1-on-3. He has the ability to make the movements to do that and do so successfully, but you see him still leading the stat board in assists. And like Dimwee was saying, just things like that where you're having a player who can put up 25 points and still have 6 assists to their teammates, you know that their communication in the arena is on point. He is communicating and having his team know what to do and where to go, or just that connection that they have. So I have to go with Game on it, because even if, let's say, in the worst case scenario, he was not actually leading the arena as Dimwee suspects, it's very obvious that Game puts in a ton of work outside of these pro matches to get his team on the same page, because the team that I saw tonight from the Cyclones looks very different than the Cyclones I saw last week when they played Florida Laser Sharks.
So for sure.
Yeah. So what we're looking at is a lot of work coming in from Game, and I gotta give him credit. So I'm gonna actually side with Dimwee here, Brutus.
I'm not disappointed. I'm happy for Captain Will. He popped off, but we do underappreciate the role of the captain, of the coach in the game so much. And let's be honest, the Cyclones showed up with a game plan that could work. It did work because of the efforts he made in the arena. But that coaching, that captaincy has so much to do with it. So I'm not offended nor disappointed. I'm just super excited. Where's my graphic? Do we have my graphic? Jucifer is in the chat. I'm so excited. We are now awarding the Stuntman. Holtzauer Auto and Motorsports bringing us the Stuntman Award. Thank you to Jucifer. I called for it on a cast last week. It was delivered. We now have a virtual trophy to give to the Stuntman Award winner. Congrats, Game. You are the player of the match.
And with that being said, we will take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Go grab some more popcorn, and we will be right back with another match for you guys. Good evening. We are back and the action has already started. We apologize for the delay, but we did have some technical issues going on in the arena. But without further ado, the game is going on. So I'm going to pass it off to Brutus and Dimwee.
Yeah, sorry about the start late. The late start there. And game is underway. We got less than a minute on. Still scoreless here. It's a possession right now to the Austin Burners. They're playing proper roster here. Sen and Hero shot their opportunity. Will be stopped. You got JDG is here. Chrome, G Tyler, Moonface in. I believe Woosh would be the man back. The fifth man here for the Austin Burners. And New Orleans Orions, also known as the Al Ryans. Here, Al, Ryroff, Ryan, Draco Mako, and Zux, as Ryruff will get that one sent through that far side tube down in to the Austin Burners zone. Fantastic stack there. That's Al and teammates. I believe that was Zux. Al and Zux moving in as Ryruff trying to track this one down on the back line. Unable to get there. That's a stack from the Austin Burners. A couple of stuns as JDG is here. We'll get that one picked off, sent into the tube and through into the offensive zone. Picked up. Open goal for G Tyler. Though the shot is off the mark here as JDG gets it picked up again. Has a cross pass. G Tyler takes the shot himself instead. And that one will be off the post and out to the near side, but collected by Chrome. Resetting here to Moonface. Still scoreless. 2 minutes into this first quarter. Very interesting. Despite how hard these teams are playing, his opportunity here. Chrome sending it. Another shot off the mark from the Austin Burners. There's another turnaround. Al trying to get it out. G Tyler stops it, but gets stunned out there by Ryan, as that one gets sent back to Moonface on the back line. Still, no goals on the board yet. We've had 5 shots from the Austin Burners, 1 shot from the New Orleans Orions. And also notable, which we didn't get to talk about before the game because the game had already started, both teams undefeated here in this conference, and that is notable as the winner here obviously will be the only undefeated team in their conference. Whereas over in the other conference, there's another setup there. Chrome gets stunned out instead. Those teams that are currently the only 2 teams over there that are currently undefeated are not going to see each other for several weeks. So a treat we have here. Brutus, as 3 minutes off the clock, we're still scoreless.
Can't believe we're still scoreless. I don't think we've ever gone 3 minutes into a match that we're still scoreless, and I'm afraid to take away from that. But you bring up some very interesting points. We have got to get more into these stats. We did not have time for our usual pregame, but there's interesting storylines going on here as we see the Burners set up a bubble offense here, stringing together a couple of passes. Who's going to get on the board first? We're almost halfway through the quarter, for crying out loud.
We are almost halfway through the quarter. That is substantial as another stun out. Ryruff is able to get there, slaps that one through. Towards VIP. G Tyler will stop that one, sends it across far side, and JDG looking to track that one down, will find it there on the far side, sends it up. G Tyler here. G Tyler up behind the goal, shot there. Ooh, Al gets a piece of it, but not enough. And the Austin Burners will get the first goal here. It took 3.5 minutes, but they are on the board first.
They are on the board. I didn't see, was that Chrome back behind the goal? There were 2 players back there. Didn't see who got a hand on it. We finally have 2 points on the board. Literally, they're coming out of the tube with just over half of the quarter already behind it. It's a 2-0 match. We haven't seen anything like this. We talked about the statistics, Dimwee. They would not have led one to believe that this is how this game was going to play out.
Absolutely not, as G Tyler will get another one. And I do believe it was G Tyler who got the first. As we do get a timeout here. Interesting. I'm curious who it's from. It looks like it may be from the Orions, but I'm not certain of that.
Well, I'm just glad we can catch our breath. We didn't get to say hello. Welcome, viewers. Super exciting matchup.
And what was that? What was that to focus? Okay, the Burners got a dropout, so they took the timeout. Did not catch that. So there you go. It looks like, let's see, JDG, G Tyler, Moonface. Who's missing? Why am I drawing a blank here? I know who's on this team. Anyways.
So I'm looking at the stats here. I'm looking at the stats. Yeah, Brutus is Brutus. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? No, dude, we didn't get to lead into these stats enough because you're right. These are the top 2 teams, the Orions and the Burners, at the top of the Eastern Conference. It is so much more interesting than that. They're both 2-0. They have the exact same number of points for. So in their first 2 games combined, both of these teams scored 110 points. The Orleans Orions have just a slight advantage because they've only given up 58, vice the Burners 62. But both of these teams scoring at a very high level, averaging 55 points a game, and it's a 4-0 game here with less than half of the first quarter yet to play.
I just figured out how to say this team's name in full without tripping. Although opportunity here, Al, bring it in 1v1. We'll hit it for the 2. Gets his team on the board here. But I figured it out. It's not the New Orleans Orions. It's the Narlands Orions.
Yeah,
Well,
you got to
that's
use
not-
the accent. You got to be Cajun. I like it.
Yeah, and that in that instance, it's very easy to say.
New Orleans Orions.
Narlands Orions. Oh, wow. I'm still tripping. Anyways, all right. Here, G. Tyler in the QB position sends it far side. Zan, a late join here. Chrome is back in the game. It was Chrome missing. Wow. Wow, it was Chrome. And I forgot. Wow. Sorry, Chrome. Zuck turns this around. He watched this VOD. He got so offended. He will. I'm speaking in past tense for the future. That's ridiculous. Ow! Stop my Moonface. That was ridiculous. As no one gets sent out there, G. Tyler. No, actually, JDG hunts it down, gives it to G. Tyler. G. Tyler now on the near side sends this one up, hits the teammate Moonface opportunity. Oh, the defense does return those, stuns him out, and will turn it around. Ow. Gets this one cleared out, though, Chrome. Bringing it back in. Hits G. Tyler. Will bring it in for the 2. They get another 2 on the board, up by 4. And also Jucifer tripping as in like tripping over myself. Yeah.
Don't trip over yourself. There's plenty of time left. We've still got 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Chrome is back in the arena. Chat, you can be aware of the fact that the captain is now back in the building for the Burners. With that, Chrome making his presence refelt. He gets a steal, but then gives it right back.
Oh my goodness.
Both of these teams just looking to find any kind of groove right now. 6-2, not what I expected out of the 2 top scoring teams in the conference coming into this match. We've now got a 6-4 game as Al finds the net, slamming it in for another 2 points here, bringing it to a 6-4 match. Only 10 points with only 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Not what I expected coming into this one, Demi.
Was that Chrome who tried to take that shot off the ceiling? Was that Chrome? I thought it was JDG. Was it Chrome?
It was Chrome. It was Chrome on the far side.
You know what? That is his position.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, my
Yeah.
bad. Because that was probably one of the funniest goal attempts I think I've ever seen. I've never seen a Hail Mary like that. I mean, he went full prayer on that one. Shady on the near side. I can't believe he went for it. Sends that one across into the hands of G. Tyler. And he does have Moonface in the bubble. In fact, they're all in the bubble, and there's an opportunity. He was looking to get that one to Chrome, but he was stunned out. Ryan gets it picked off, sends it out. Ryan is there to pick it up. Long shot, empty goal, hits it on the way in. And that will give the New Orleans Orions a 1-point lead, 7-6 off of that 3 from Ryan.
A 1-point lead, their first lead of the game. Back-to-back goals. Looks like maybe they've kind of found something here, getting a little bit of a groove. Both of these offenses have been searching for that with a little bit of erratic play here in the first quarter. Let's see how things can settle in. The Burners now get the joust advantage.
Yeah, sent across their far side. They set up in this relay. And the stack does not attack that second pass. They will go after the third. And they do get the turnover there. Zuck sending this one up, although that pass was off the mark, so it was an easier pickup than it would have been. As now Ryroff setting up a Joker train with Al, moving into the bubble, will get stunned out, because that's not how you do a Joker train. JDG turns this one around, sends it all the way into the bubble here, takes a good bounce. Oh, that was close. Almost giving the Burners a goal there, but 5 seconds counting down the end of the round. That should do it here, 7-6. The New Orleans Orions have a lead going into this first intermission. We're going to take a word from our sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Morgan Corman with Holzhauer's Pro Motorsports. Not only are we carrying more inventory than all other dealerships, we're blowing up their prices too. Cowboy Corman's back again, and this 4th of July, I got another 1,776 reasons for you to get back into Holzhauer's and get you a new unit to get out and enjoy the 4th of July weekend. Woo!
Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois.
We are back, letting you know that every commercial that we will be broadcasting during the AAA and Pro Series will have NEPA-themed Easter eggs. Some are obvious, and some you have to use your eyes or your magnifying glass to look for. Everyone who can name the commercial and what the Easter egg was will be entered in to win a $250 gift basket plus $100 cash and more. If you're wondering how to enter, what you need to do is watch the matches, write down the Easter eggs and the commercial, and save them in your pocket for later when we open up the competition. But I just heard the sound for the next initial joust of our second quarter here, so back over to Dimwee and Brutus.
Yeah, let's do something new here, Dimwee. We'll actually have the camera in the arena when the match starts because everybody's on the same page and ready to start that thing which should be starting, which in this case is the second quarter.
That's an interesting smell. As first Austin Burners, JDG gets it here on the near side. Collected, though, will opt for that reset wisely as they were looking at a 3v4 there. Moonface on the backline pulls, looks like Zucks all the way out. As Ryan pressures JDG. Sends back to Moonface. Moonface up. G Tyler on the far side. A lot of bodies around the goal right now. They're heavily protecting that goal, but that's going to give a lot of room for that shot. Yeah, capitalizing on the Austin Burners to retake the lead here, 8-7.
And after a couple of back-to-back goals for the Orions, it's good to see the Burners get back on the board. Now they're kind of swapping goals. For those who are worried about me in the chat, I am not in a booth with Dimwee. I don't know what he's smelling, and I am not smelling whatever it is that he is. Don't worry, I'm okay.
So anyways, JDG, G Tyler, they get a turnover here. Austin Burners do, setting us one up into the hands of Moonface far side. Goalie is perturbed, not stunned out though. Set up here, look for a slam, but not going to happen as Ryruff now a good stun there on G Tyler. Sends this one out. They have a stack together that takes this one down off the near side. Two, Ryruff stunned out as he gets a hand on it. Though G Tyler stunned out as Ryan gets a hand on it. Now reliable Ryan Rhino, the one and only on the far side. Sending it across. Ryruff gets a good recovery there. Inverts on the ceiling. Now himself looking to bring it in. Maybe looking for a cut. No, gets his pocket picked cleanly there. But G Tyler makes it look a little too easy. As G Tyler sends that one out. A bounce off the screen there. Moonface gets there first here for the Austin Burner. Sending it out. Pass off the mark though. Looks like Chrome was looking to grab it right about the same spot. It was hitting the wall. It was, that can make it tough to grab sometimes for some reason. I leave it to the programmers to explain it. As Al looking for a long shot. Does not happen. JDG gets into that lane, picks it off, sends it up. G Tyler, long heave, though. That's going to take a bounce. Send it off of that wall. Good setup, though, for that stack. That's Moonface again. 2 in a row. Gets his team up by 3, 10-7.
Moonface 2 in a row for the Burners after finding their first deficit of the game at 7-6. They've now crawled back with 2 more 2-pointers. Interesting. Took a minute and 12 seconds for that goal, Dimwee. Twice in that minute and 12 seconds, you could see the Burners trying to set Chrome up inside the bubble. He's so lethal there. There's nobody you want dunking the disc more than Chrome if you can get him to disc, but they had 2 missed passes there. They're going to have to get crisper on that if they want their planned offense to continue to work. Here with Chrome collecting the disc, going for the reset to try and set that offense back up.
Yeah, now Moonface on the back line. A good reset there. Chrome back to Moonface. Moonface back to Chrome. Chrome across ADG. Off the backboard. Al reads it very easily there. They shot. Those tend to be, when you're a shooter, you know how it looks when you're sending it off the backboard, so you know where to stick the hand. You don't even need to look. I guarantee it is that shot. The send in almost goes in incidentally. Zox will get the recovery, send it in for a 2. Brings the team back within 1 here late in the second quarter as they get their first goal in the second quarter.
You say late, I say mid. There's still 5 minutes left in the corner and kind of a back and forth going now. So I'll be honest, that first quarter was kind of erratic. I didn't feel like either team was doing what they came into this match planning to do. Now we're starting to see them set up their offenses a little more and kind of do what traditionally we would expect from these rosters. We're getting into a little bit of a flow now. Couldn't believe how low scoring that first quarter was. I expect that to change here rapidly as these teams kind of settle in and figure each other out a little bit.
That was masterful work against that stack. They get the stack broken up, and now they get a big opportunity here, 4v2. Unbelievable work there by the Austin Burners to break up that stack. Those short, quick passes get just one. It was one missed grab. One missed grab breaks that stack up, and they get points off of it. They're back up by 3.
Yeah, and maybe what I'm just missing out on is that these are just so evenly matched teams that they're playing at that high level that neither one can establish that rhythm that they're looking for. So maybe it's not their own doing. Maybe it's the defense that they're facing. JDG, up-and-comer, plays the game as well as anyone, finds a 2-pointer there to take a 3-point lead for the Burners.
Now, Al, look for sending there, hits the shield incidentally, and that one ultimately a turnover as JDG does get there first, sends this one in. Takes some bounces there. G-Tyler was trying to get there. Al gets her first instead. Shovels that one away, but JDG is once again there for the recovery. But Ryan just shuts down JDG with the stuff. Sends that one away. There's going to be a boost there from G-Tyler. Does get there first, but immediately pocket pick. That disc is loose as Zux gets it off of the, I believe that was a disruption from Ryrup, but they're not able to capitalize on it as it makes its way out of the bubble, excuse me. Once again, JDG somebody forwarded it through. I believe that's a bug on my end, but picked up here. Zox gets it on the turnover. Orion's back in possession. 3 minutes still to go here. 12-9, still favoring the Austin Burners. Relatively low scoring line in this game, but that comes down to the fact that these are the two top teams in this conference, at least currently, ostensibly, when you look at the records. Both 3-0, both the only undefeated teams in their conferences. Headbutt there from G-Tyler. What a bounce! What a play!
G-Tyler in position. What a pass, though, and the speed on that stack to get in position to score that goal. That was super, super impressive. Now a 5-point lead for the Austin Burners. Still 2.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
That was phenomenal. That was absolutely phenomenal there from G. I believe it was that G. I don't even remember who I called it. Was that G-Tyler?
That was G-Tyler.
It was a headbutt there off of the wall, got the flat bounce, and then got it in. This Austin Burners team is looking exceptionally good right now. As that one makes its way back to the back line. JDG now with possession, walking this one up. All four of them are there. They had a 4v2, but it took a little bit too long to execute on it. So that stack was able to get back here, across here. Now Moonface sending it in. That's just a giveaway. Ryan knew exactly where that one was headed. Clears it out. That's a clean clear. They're going to have a proper race for it. I see a blue stack getting away first. Uncontested Ryrup. Oh, it takes a little bit too much time. Maybe backing it out for the 3. Will he get some points off of it? Anyways, he will. Good for a 2. Brings his team back within 3. 14-11.
Nice use of the far side post there. It looked like the Burners would recover, had the defense in position, but Ryruff just makes a great individual play using that post to the advantage and then finding a pocket to score that one, bring this back to a 1-score game. Still a minute and 20 seconds, so expect we might see a couple more goals here before halftime.
G-Tyler to Moonface. Oh, nice send up there. Chrome puts the shield up as that stack was attacking. G-Tyler, JDG, they're already at the bubble, though the defense has returned. You see Zuck's not pressuring. Zuck tends to be that the player doing that forechecking on defense here, and he does have a skill at those 1v1s. As JDG, edge of the bubble, was looking for a pathway in, didn't see it, so he backs off and back across the Moonface. And sometimes that's how you do it. You look for that drive in. And maybe you have an opportunity, you see something. Look at that. Look how far out they pull Zox. They know they can do that to him, but Zox gets a stun. Will he come away with the disc? Not quite. JDG, what a recovery there. Moonface was not able to get it, but JDG did. There's 30 seconds left to go here in the half. 14-11 still. Moonface up to G-Tyler. They're looking to get the last goal of the half here. That is, who's moving in there? JDG, my overlay would not tell me. Gets it in for the 2. Puts the team up by 5, and that will likely be the last goal. There's only 3 seconds.
Yeah, they'll have a quick chance here, but likely not enough. JDG doing nice work there, coming off the ceiling, then bouncing off a nest to get a little momentum towards the goal, and then finds the back of the net to stretch this out to a 5-point lead. Still anybody's match as we roll here in the halftime, didn't we?
Yeah, so we will go to a longer intermission, 16-11 in favor of the Austin Burners. They're looking really good. And we'll go to a few commercials. Be back to talk about it in just a few moments.
Hi, I'm Morgan Corman with AAA Pro Motorsports. Not only are we carrying more inventory than all other dealerships, we're blowing up their prices too. Cowboy Corman's back again, and this 4th of July, I got another 1,776 reasons for you to get back into whole hours and get you a new unit to get out and enjoy the 4th of July weekend. Woo!
Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois.
When does an underdog stop being an underdog? After the first big win? The second? Try never. Because being an underdog isn't about how much you win. It's It's about how hard you're willing to work for it and making sure your opponents never know your next move. Which is why some of us make a point of staying underdogs, even when we're on top. Ram Trucks, J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality.
Access the largest motorsports inventory in America. We're authorized dealers for Can-Am, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, and more. Get the best deals these brands have to offer. Browse through our inventory to find exactly what you're looking for.
Good evening. We are back, and this halftime report is brought to you by Big St. Charles Motorsports. All season long, NEPA will be issuing POAPs to anyone who shows up to live broadcasts and fills out the claim form with the secret password. The form can be found at www.nepavrpro.com/NFT. Each week, we'll be highlighting a different franchise as the POAP logo. So show up each week and you can collect all 16 teams. The more you collect, the more potential rewards you can unlock, and the deadline to submit the claim form is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard on Sunday, June 26th. That's tomorrow, y'all. The secret password this week is Dallas Knights. And we are at our halftime. Dimwee Brutus, what are you guys seeing in the arena?
Well, I feel like I just watched two completely different quarters. Both of these teams feeling each other out in the first quarter, maybe not establishing that groove. I want to go back to a stat that we kind of hit quickly in the first quarter because we jumped into the action late. These teams are averaging 55 points a game. If they both do exactly in the second half what they did in the first half, the final score will be 32-22. But if you look at the current score, I don't think it reflects the increase in pace that we saw in the action, didn't we? The first quarter, feeling each other out, a little bit slow, a little bit low scoring, but as we got through the second quarter, the pace really started to pick up. Burners, in particular, kind of finding their groove. The Orions doing enough, though, to answer, keep this thing. It's only a 5-point match here going into the second half.
It's only a 5-point match, but I do want to point out possession time difference here. 6:36 to 4 minutes. It's 60% to 40%, right about 60-40. Which is a substantial split in favor of the Austin Burners here. Their game here is possession and control, and it's working out for them. Shots taken 17-11. Again, 60-40. You see that correlation there? 60-40. Possession to shots taken. It correlates. It's not a perfect correlation. It never is a perfect correlation, but oftentimes you will see it correlate just like this. 60-40 on both. Even assists, 5-2, 70-30. You know what I mean? Not quite the same, but but saves. Well, anyways, 5-3. But anyway, that's beside the point. The point is, what was my point? I had a point. Sometimes I get lost in the weeds.
Well, let's do this, Dimwee. Let's do this because you point out a good one there. Shots taken, 60-40 in the Burners' favor. Saves, 60-40 in the Orions' favor. So you take more shots, it's more opportunity to saves, but the Orions are able to make enough saves to keep this thing close. So while the Burners have dominated in shots, maybe it's a little bit of that defensive goalie play and those saves that are keeping this so close, because it did seem like momentum was in the Burners' favor more than just a 5-point lead kind of in the second portion of that second quarter there.
And I do want to shout out Ryan here because Ryan is a name, he is the captain of this team. Right? No, Al's wait, who's the captain? Ryan or Al? It's Ryan. Is it Al? Either way, Ryan is kind of a star player on this team. He comes from one of the best teams in Echo Arena history here in the Pro Series now with the New Orleans Orions, the Al Ryans. And you see, even though his offensive production has been lacking a little bit in this game, he's got a 3 and that's it, no assist. He does have 3 saves. So where he's lacking in the front end, he's still picking up the slack on the back end, and that's why he is one of the better players in the league. That's why we do call him Reliable Ryan Rhino. And it sounds like we are going to get ready here in the second half, 16-11 in favor of the Austin Burners. New Orleans Orions looking to make some adjustments, or rather, not so much adjustments, but just clean things up a bit, maintain possession of the disc, and work it up the field and get some points on the board. They will be looking to get that first goal, though. First possession will go to the Austin Burners. G. Tyler picks it off, sends it up in the hands of his teammate Moonface. Moonface up, JDG sends it. Oh, that's off ahead or off of the post. Either way, it's out of the bubble. Ryruff looking to get there first, possibly. He's just ahead of JDG. We'll get there. Just sends that one in. They have a stack to pick it up. Zuxo stops up early. That is unfortunate. He would have had an open 3 opportunity. Instead, JDG picks it off, sends it away. Sorry,
sends it away, and now it is the Burners who find the quick stack. It's G. Tyler who's able to take that assist from Chrome. So you're right, missed opportunity there for the Orions. Instead, the Burners turn it back around. Chrome sends that one down to G. Tyler, who's in position for an open 3-pointer and makes them pay. Stretches the lead out to 8 now with just 45 seconds gone from the third quarter. Excuse me.
Yeah, 8-point lead. They get the first goal in this half as well. So nice play here. Al, look at it, getting a 1v1 here against, oh, wow. Moonface just shuts down that opportunity. Pulls it right out of the hands of Al and sends this one out. Now collected here by JDG. They've got a 2v1 here. Sends.
Oh.
Oh my. Oh, yeah. Someone's not going to be happy about it, but, you know, packet loss happens now and again. It's unfortunate. And it occurs right there. That's going to give them a 10-point lead.
A 10-point lead and a couple of missed opportunities, I'll call it, for the Orions. I don't want to take away from on that one in particular. The Burners did a good job of getting back and stealing the disc, but a couple of missed opportunities here early in the second half for the Orions, giving up now a double-digit lead for the first time in the match.
Now send up here. Look at this, 2v2. Defense does return. They're looking at a 2v3. Now they send it in, though. Goes off of the head of Chrome. He is not happy about it, but they do get the points on the board. It brings the New Orleans Orions back within 8 here, and does get them a goal on the board finally here in the second half.
Yeah, gets them on the board, and again, after seeing that double-digit lead, kind of an important goal there just to ebb the flow just a little bit, and yeah, getting more players involved is going to be key for the Orions to try and establish more of a dominant offense.
Oh my goodness. JDG has the lane, takes it, hits it. 11-point lead once again, the Austin Burners. That is, you got to watch out for that. It's really easy to forget that these players can hit those shots reliably. And when you leave that goal open, even for a moment, they're going to see the opportunity and think, you know what? This is going to make me look really good. And it does.
Looking good indeed. You're absolutely right. Chrome, normally a player they look for in the bubble. He scores those close-in goals. But you look at this roster, JDG, Moonface, G. Tyler, they can all hit it from long range. You do not want to leave the goal empty and give them shooting lanes because they will capitalize.
Oh.
And just like that, Al capitalizes on a shooting lane there for another 2 points, brings it back to a single-digit lead. It's now a 9-point lead for the Burners with just under 5 minutes to play here in the third.
And I did say in the intermission, while we were off air, watch out. This New Orleans Orions team can absolutely catch fire and just start running up a score on you. I did mention, Ryan not producing on offense like you would typically expect, maybe getting shut down by the Austin Burners. But you got to watch out because both him and Al are the caliber of player, and Zux for that matter, that will suddenly turn it around on you and will just start. They won't just score on you; they'll make you feel bad when they do it. Honest to goodness, you will feel like a fool when they put that one in on you. JDG makes a full out of this defense, puts it in off the backboard once again, gets the points on the board. They're back up by 11.
Don't look now, the bank is open. JDG finds the angle. There was a great bubble defense in place for the Orions, but JDG finds a way around it using that backboard, finds the favorable bounce, and puts that one in to take this back to 11 points. We're now halfway through the third quarter.
Ryruff juking away from that stack does work out. Gets it here to Zux. Zux sending it across. The pass to Al. They have Ryan pressing up. Ryan looking at a 1v1 here. Stack in the backline stunned out. Ryan will maintain that 1v1 and get the easy points. 26-17. They bring it back within single digits. 9-point lead.
And you wonder why nobody wants to play goalie in the pubs, because a 1v1 in that matchup, yeah, that's a really, really tough play to make. I like the aggressive style the goalie came out, tried to pressure the play, but yeah, just too much at the end of the day. Not able to deny that one. Brings it back to 9 points.
JDG, far side, sending it up. Oh, Moonface had a jump for that one. Stunned out there by Ryruff on the far side. Ultimately getting that one from the teammate and sending that through mid, all the way down into the offensive zone. Takes a bounce. Oh, my God. Oh. I believe it was on its way in. Moonface converts a 3 to a 2. It's unfortunate, but it does go in nonetheless, and it will bring the Orions back within 7.
Yeah, they're finding a little bit of a groove here. Moonface tries to make a play there. Just not in time to deny the points, but does deny that third point, turns it into a 2. So don't know if that was intentional or not, but it does work slightly in the Burners' favor. I don't know.
Kind of. Well, it would have been a 3, and it was Ryroff notable that sent that one in. So it does, considering it would have been a 3, it does work out for the Burners. And they will get it back here. G. Tyler sending that one in for a 2. Once again, puts his team up by 9, although still 10 minutes remaining in this game, 2 minutes remaining in the half, or excuse me, in the quarter, as the Austin Burners maintain this lead. Although, again, you got to watch out. It's Orion's team. This is the kind of team that will not tilt on you. It might feel like they start losing that mental game. Something will happen. They'll get goofy. They'll tell a joke. They'll start having fun, and suddenly they're stomping on you, and you don't even know what happened, and you lose that lead, and they come up. They'll come up on top of you. So you got to watch out here. Less than 2 minutes to go as this one gets dumped in here for the Burners. Open goal. They hit it for the 3. They certainly want to shut me up. As G. Tyler hits a beautiful shot there.
G. Tyler hits another beautiful shot. He's now leading all scores with 14, and he's just found a lot of success here in the third quarter. Every time it starts to feel like the Orions get a little bit of momentum, it seems like G. Tyler is there to answer and put something in the goal. Not to take anything away from the other players, but he has just been very timely with his goals here in the third. And just like that, Chrome takes a 3-pointer against the open net, stretches this out to 34-19. Our biggest lead of the match here. Ryan's looking to regroup a little bit here with a minute left in the third.
Yeah, 15-point lead. The Austin Burners are really running away with this one. I'm going to be honest. I'm a little surprised by this lead. That is not anything against the Austin Burners. It's, I expected the Orions, as Al will get that one in for a 2, to keep this one closer, to be honest, based on how they played last week and I believe the week prior. Yeah, the last 2, obviously, the week 1 and week 2. Here we're not seeing quite the offensive explosiveness that we were seeing in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go back to that. These teams are averaging 55 points a match. Neither one of them on pace to get to that right now. It could happen, but I think it's just so equally matched. Oh, there's Moonface, makes a nice play off of the ceiling there, off the assist from JDG. Get that one in for another 2. I think that it's just so evenly matched. We're talking about the number 1 and the number 2 team in the Eastern standings right now, so we knew it would be close. We knew it would be a battle. I did know that I expected it to play out as more of a defensive battle, i.e. just not a shootout. Super, super exciting to watch. Can't wait to see what the fourth quarter brings. It's still just a 4-possession game.
Yeah, we'll go to a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment. See you on the other side.
When does an underdog stop being an underdog? After the first big win? The second? Try never. Because being an underdog isn't about how much you win. It's about how hard you're willing to work for it. And making sure your opponents never know your next move. Which is why some of us make a point of staying underdogs, even when we're on top. Ram Trucks, J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality.
We are back letting you know that NEPA is going Web3, and we will be issuing NFTs as a way to reward the community. Anyone who claims one of these NFTs will be eligible for future raffles and giveaways that we will be conducting throughout the year. They're free to claim. All you have to do is fill out a claim form that can be found at www.nepavrpro.com/NFT. We have some fun stuff planned and giveaways, so you don't want to miss it. Go fill out your forms. But that is the noise we love to hear, and we are right into the fourth quarter of this game. Back over to you, Dimwee and Brutus.
Yeah, 15-point lead here to the Austin Burners. 36-21. The New Orleans Orions are just waiting to pop off here. So this one's set up here. JDG open goal. My goodness.
Oh. Gets 17 meters per second on that one. Like, it didn't even seem like the disc was in his hand for a second, Tim. He turns that one right around and scores before the defense can recover. Stretches us out to a 17-point lead. Still an entire quarter to go, but you've got to think that the Orions got to find some kind of offensive rhythm if they're going to start to slowly eat into this thing. They certainly can't trade goals at this point.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Yeah, you're at that point where you have to, at this point, to win, you have to dominate. You can't just play good enough. You have to play beyond, expectations. As Al will get a nice recovery. And a very lucky bounce over there to Zuck. Zuck's across Ryruff back to Zuck's, bringing it in 1v3. Ambitious. JDG picks that one off a little too easy. Sends that one out, gets a double bounce there. A single would have been dangerous. As that, oh my. Some activity there. Is that Ryan? Let's get this one picked up. Turning it around here. Zuck's with it. Zuck sending it across. As JDG does get there, picking it off now, turning this one around, looking to send it up to a teammate here. G Tyler does get there. G Tyler was thinking about that shot, but then has to back it off. JDG does get there at mid now. Opts for this full reset on the Moonface on the back line. Zuck's very aggressive, and that works out as Al's able to get that one picked off. They're kind of running a man offense in the neutral zone. Very aggressive and dangerous, but works out, especially when you're down by so many points. You've got to do something. And they do get possession back. Ryruff, G Tyler with a clean pick here. Ryruff has to cover that lane. They're going to get a 1v1 here. G Tyler versus Ryruff. G Tyler brings it in. Off the post. Post player of the game right there as it gets this one across. JDG bring it back in. 6 minutes to go in this game. As looking for that reset. Moonface, though, not able to get, well, it does ultimately come away with it. Now, what a setup here. Another 1v1. G Tyler will not miss that time. Gets it in for the 2, up by 20 points.
Does not miss. What a succession. A full minute and a half of just back and forth play there. Both of these teams fully engaged. At the end of the day, it's Moonface who finds G Tyler for yet another one. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but I keep saying G Tyler, Dimly. I'm just going to point that out now. It may come up later.
I don't know. I've been saying G Tyler and JDG a lot. Both of them, to be honest. It's that shot off the cone. And it's JDG who gets that one picked off. And G Tyler, although to be fair, G Tyler's 16 points, 5 assists. JDG 14 points, 1 assist, and 3 saves. We're gonna have a nice fight about this after this game. Jiu-jitsu me, bro. Zuck sets. Oh, look at it, set up the cross there to Ow. I'm just kidding. You would hurt me. As G Tyler on the far side there, looking for I believe he was looking for a cloud shot. Maybe some stees late in the game here as Moonface will get it picked off, sending it up here in the hands of JDG. Gets it for the 2. They're up by 22.
I feel like I need a G in my name. It's probably right. Holding my Echo game back that I don't have a G in my name because the G's are popping off right now.
From now, I am Sir Gimli.
Gimli.
Well, it's Sir Gimli and Brutus here. You know what? Now all you can say all day is I am Brutus. That's it.
I am Brutus.
Oh my goodness! Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast enough to catch it. It's Moonface here on the back line. Sorry, I love that quote. As Jukes around here. Zox pressures, pass up here. JDG looking for a cut, hits a cut. Oh, what a play, but they don't attack there. Chrome did not like the angle he had, and Moonface will get stunned out there. That'll be a turnover. Ow. Sends that one. Is that going to be on? Not quite. Well, not quite. Ryan takes a shot. That is off of the post instead. Far side there as Ryruff on the near side. And we'll opt to reset as the defense had fully returned, though. That pass is a little bit off of the mark. Zox trying to get there. No. It will be instead the Austin Burners sending it up. Moonface here uncontested. Well, now he's contested, but we'll still get the points. 24-point lead to the Burners as we are in the final half of this final quarter.
Yeah, and it looked like Chrome maybe had enough of an angle. Elects not to take the shot, tries to reset. It turns into an offensive play for the Orions, but they're unable to capitalize, and the Burners bring it back down to stretch this back out to a 45-21 lead now with 3 minutes to play. You're playing the score, you're playing the clock. I don't know, sometimes I think you just got to stick with your game plan. Whatever the Burners came in with was working. I think they might as well stick with it at this point. Let's see what the Orions can come up with here in the last 3 minutes of play.
Ooh, opportunity on this shot off the post. That is unfortunate. Al looking to track this one down, unable to get there. Ultimately, JDG picks this one up in the far side trap. Has G Tyler Pressing in on the bubble. Actually, G Tyler stunned up by Ryan, and Al will get this one turned around. Far side too, but into the hands of Chrome in his own zone. Chrome contested by Al, sends this one up, but it takes an ugly bouncer down to the floor. And ooh, some activity there from Draco Maker, who's getting some time, it looks like, from the New Orleans Orions. Now long shot, that goes wide of the goal. And Draco Mako there to turn this one around. So who's Draco Mako in for? I don't currently see Ryref. Looks like Ryref is the odd man out, sitting out here to allow the AAA player some time in. As G Tyler stunned out in the bubble there, Ryan with it. Ryan hits it for the 2. Maybe that's what maybe Draco Mako, the man to make the difference here, as his team gets some points on the board.
Get some points on the board. They get a little positivity to take out of this one. I don't want to make you do math on point of no return, but we know where this thing is going. But yeah, Draco Mako getting in on the action. They find 2 points. Again, you're just looking for those successes. It is a long season. You just want something positive to build off of, and we're starting to see a little bit of that out of the Orions.
Well, I actually just did the math, and we'll just say congratulations to the Austin Burners. As Moonface beyond the goal will hit that one. It's not the ice, because we are long past the ice. As Moonface will put his team up by 24 points here as we close in on the final minute. Just over a minute of this game, of this round, of the half of the round and of the game. So all things. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Oh my, I cannot wait to see the Holtzauer Player of the Match Stuntman Award debate. I'm looking at these stats right now. The G's are so close. This is going to be fun.
They really are. Oh my goodness, they really are. This is yeah. So anyways, this one in here. Good collection there by Al for the Orions. 1 minute to go. Congratulations, the Burners will be the only undefeated team in their conference. Zucks handles this one nearby. As the New Orleans Orions will fall to 2-1, no longer undefeated. As Zucks, big cross pass. Oh, what a read there, Moonface. Shuts down their hopes and dreams. Gets this one cleared all the way out. Good clear down to the... That's an interesting bounce. And this one to the near side wall. Zucks ultimately getting there first. Defense, good chain. Some good stuns in the backfield to get them there. Now 34 seconds. We're closing into time for maybe one more goal. And sent up here, Draco Mako looking at a 1v2. Bringing it in. Ducks 1. Hits it for the 2. And
Draco Mako. Just brought him up a minute ago, and there he goes. Nice individual effort. Had the 1v2. He ducks 1 and then sneaks it past the next. Gets 2 points there on the board for the Orions.
And yeah, we'll have 7 seconds to go in this game here. Time for maybe one more goal. Is a quick pass there to the far side. Moonface with it, sending it up in the hands of JDG. We're looking for one more shot. They hit it. Yeah, that went in the game. 49-25, a 24-point spread in favor of the Austin Burners. They make a statement in this game and turn a whole bunch of people into believers.
Believers indeed. Both of these teams averaging 55 points coming in. Neither one gets there because of the even play, but at the end of the day, there was just too much Austin Burners going around for the Orions to deal with. We're starting to see who the true Eastern Conference contenders are going to be. You've got to put the Burners on the list. We saw the Orlando Cyclones put on a show earlier, so you know they're going to fight their way back in after starting 1-1. Now they're sitting at 2-1, but hats off to all of these players. Another great match. It was truly a joy to watch, but the Burners are going to walk away with this one. Very nice win there, 49-25.
Yeah, very nice win. And, I'm a little surprised by the lack of offense we saw from the Orions. This is a team that can absolutely fire off on offense. They have in the past. They will again in the future. Just weren't able to do it in this game, and it's down to the Burners. The Burners figured out how to play against the Orions, and the Orions, if they want to, have a late season, are going to need to learn how to adjust to that. But it does bring us to an interesting debate to have here, because JDG, 16 points, 3 assists, 3 saves. G Tyler, 16 points, 6 assists, 3 steals there. Both of them were absolutely phenomenal in this game. I can't even say who was more clutch. I really, G Tyler did have more stuns according to Jucifer. And there's JDG in the chat. JDG, who do you think should get player of the match here? You or your teammate G Tyler? I'll put him on the spot. I wonder if he can even hear us right now. He does say, let's go Brutus. So JDG, a fan of Brutus. Can you hear us? I don't know. But I'm still Brutus. I'm still not sure who I would pick, to be honest. JDG says give it to G Tyler. I don't know. There's a good argument for it. What do you think, Brutus?
I am Brutus.
Oh, yes. All right then. I don't know. I think it says 16 points, 3 assists, 3 saves. I think the 3 saves there to me are going to be the thing. That and JDG's endorsement of his teammates. I'm gonna put my hat in for G Tyler in this game.
I want to say nothing, but I am Brutus, but I can't. I'm going to go JDG because I'm going to make Queen decide. You had time to study. I warned you about this halfway through the fourth quarter. You did homework. You sat back. You enjoyed the show. I just want to point out JDG, G Tyler, GG's to all my friends. It's going to be one of those two. I wish it could be 2 of those 2. I am Brutus.
So it's definitely a hard call to make here, as I was originally leaning one way, and then last second stats changed literally in the last seconds of the game and putting them pretty even. But a strange turn here. Because of JDG's selflessness, I'm actually going to vote JDG.
I cannot disagree.
Yep.
Congratulations, JDG.
There's a special level of respect that's shown when you can step in after a game like that, when you play that well, and you can say, no, give it to my boy. I'm sorry, but that deserves honor. So
there you go, JDG, player of the match here, the Holtzhauer player of the match.
Stuntman, where's my Stuntman trophy?
Stuntman, the winner of the
Where's my Stuntman trophy?
Excuse me, awarded the Stuntman trophy, not winner, awarded. So good stuff. Good games, everybody.
Good games all night. We saw some great AAA action. Queen brought you that super exciting stuff, and 2 great pro matches here. We're 3 weeks in. We're starting to see, though, who are the teams to beat. We're kind of starting to figure out where people fall in the standing, so it's only getting more interesting from here. I love that this is a full 16-week season, so a lot of matches to come, but expansion teams starting to figure each other out. That's the Orions. Burners have been around for a while. They've been playing together. We saw the same thing with a Stack, a young team. 5 players playing together for the first time, trying to figure themselves out. That's going to continue to evolve. It's going to continue to get better. And we know by the time we hit the playoffs, all of these teams are going to be popping off. But who's going to position themselves for the bye in the playoffs? Who's going to position themselves for that top seed or that second seed? Super, super interesting here as we kind of get into the heart of the season, as all of these teams start to figure out where they sit, and also the chemistry between the players on their team, what strategies work, what strategies don't. It's only getting better from here. But super, super good stuff tonight here in Week 3's Saturday night special.
Yeah, and with that being said, shout out to Defocus. I forgot to tell you guys, he was on cams for the second half of the night. Thank you for all you do, Defocus. Dimwee, Grutus. Oh, the name changed to Focus.
Grutus.
Grutus. It's been a pleasure to be with you guys tonight, and
Always.
we will see you guys next week.
See ya.